course, we couldn't do this without the icon himself, Dave. Screw it, I'll do it myself. Koco.
Hey, what's up, man? Yo,
Not that warm in Florida.
good news, everybody. The stream thing isn't working, so we just have to go with it. Here, we'll go with this. No problem. Problem solved, and then have that. And let's see. Boom. Aha! Now we just have Okada. Perfect. And you thought this was going to be a bad stream. That's where you're wrong. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing fine, doing great, man. It's like we almost skipped the Callahan Virginia. It's like we went almost direct to like winter. We had like a little bit of snowfall. It's fairly chilly outside, but not too bad.
Oh, awesome news, man. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm a little sick. Tomorrow, I'm going to New Japan World Tag League, and I haven't been watching shit, and Okada's not even there. I was like, what the fuck? I might just cancel and stream hockey. And we got Brawl USA's James Legend. James, how you doing, brother?
I'm alive, brother. I'm alive.
And that's all that matters at the end of the day.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
All right. So we'll just keep this Rainmaker gift on, and I'll work on making something better in the future. Man, dude, I was thinking, James, for future, can we have, maybe we'll make cartoon versions of ourselves, and that's it. And we'll just have us like sitting there, but it won't really be us. Sound like a plan?
I like it.
All right. So let's do either that, or we'll just have the video on me, and then you guys, when you talk, your little cartoon versions will pop up, or sock puppets. Man,
I like the sock puppet idea.
I really miss.
No, I want Muppets. I want a full
I was
Muppet.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, I've always wanted to be a Muppet.
Exactly. All right. So let's rock and roll.
Well, a lot of controversy going out here these past few days. Of course, we've got Jim Cornette has resigned from the National Wrestling Alliance with some, shall we say, controversial comments on the latest edition of NWA Power. Um, it's actually we do have something new about this. Is Cornette has finally issued. He apologizes for those comments. He wrote, and I quote, "Yes, it is true that I've resigned from the NWA. I understand in people's point of view, my comments were not pleasing, and I apologize."
I think that's the first time he's apologized, right?
Yeah, first time he's apologized. I mean, his tweets that he sent yesterday was, "Hey, does anybody know any good jokes? I'm going to talk about this on my podcast," and I was just completely dumbfounded by it.
Yeah, I'm just the big thing that I'm shocked with. I'm just shocked people didn't know he was a racist. Like people were like, I
Yeah,
can't
well,
believe Jim Cornette's a racist. I'm like, really? Really? I
well,
thought this was.
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just take a step back. The reason why this whole controversy brewed up was on NWA Power on episode 7 during the Nick Aldis Trevor Murdoch match. He had he said, and I quote, Trevor Murdoch is the only person who can strap a bucket of fried chicken to his back and ride a motor scooter across Ethiopia. Trevor Murdoch can take care of himself, unquote. And that led to a huge uproar. NWA temporarily took that video down. Either silenced or just cut out. I mean, they completely cut out that comment altogether and then reposted it without that comment. And then about 12 hours later, that's when we found out that Cornette and the NWA had parted ways. Cornette had resigned. A lot of controversy come out this. Now, I cut a show on this one on KocoSports yesterday about this, and I stand behind a lot of these. All the comments that I made. I just, but people just fired back on it. It's like, well, he said that, so and so many years ago, and everybody was fine with it then. But yeah, but here's the thing: it's a different time, and I would argue that those comments were wrong then, and they're wrong now. However, and then another one is, well, if so and so said it, fill in the blank here, this wouldn't be a big deal. And to that, I do agree to some extent, gentlemen. I feel like, not saying these people would do it, but if like Mauro Ronaldo or Kevin Kelly or Don Callis or, Michael Cole had said something like that, I mean, it might have raised some eyebrows and be like, dude, that's going too far. You need to knock it off. But with Cornette, in my opinion, he's been known for being volatile, for being very outspoken, and I think he went into the NWA job in a little bit of hot water with a lot of eyes on him, and this was just the thing that the NWA did not need. They did not need negative publicity because they're trying to, make the NWA basically a big-time promotion again like it was back in the 70s, back in the 80s. And when you have like a commenter, especially in 2019, making what many be considered to be, racially insensitive comments, it's just not the kind of publicity that you need.
I think the problem is he's already under a microscope for all stupid comments he's made in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, it's going to be picked up on quicker. And like you said, it's a different time. It's 2019. Disney Plus has disclaimers before some movies now because of racial insensitivity. So like you can't really get away with things so easily anymore.
I believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe it is a company. So like I don't know. I think okay, let me take a bold fucking stance here. Gentlemen, are you sitting down?
Yes.
I'm in a wheelchair. I'm always sitting down.
All right. Great. Now I just got fired from the NWA.
Exactly.
I think racism is wrong. There, I said it. With that, moving on. I'm also like anti people like being attacked all the time and not being forgiven. But at the same time, it's like I don't know. Because like I think I'm not a big fan of people losing their jobs and not being forgiven. And I ignore a lot of stuff, like Don Cherry in hockey. I literally just ignored what he said. I ignored just because, like, it's tough for me to be like, that guy deserves to lose his job. But I don't think this is a slip up. I think, like, I think he's just an asshole. You know, and then at that point, it's like...
let me jump in here for a second. My thing is... with Cornette, and I said this in the video that I put out yesterday, is that Cornette, it's like he's got like all these hackneyed phrases completely memorized, stuff that maybe like imagine writing down like playground insults, and it's like he wrote them all down, and it's like whenever he's doing commentary, it's like he's just going down this notebook, and then flips the page, goes down that next, and it's just, and then once he gets done, he turns the notebook over and he starts all over again. And I just think he was just trying to be cool. I think somebody had said, he had said stuff like that similar in the past when it was a little bit more acceptable to do that. And this is a guy who refuses to change with the times, so why would he change up his commentary?
Cornette is like the grandpa you learned racism from.
Yeah. The thing is, though, like, he's always had this, because I remember seeing him at Wrestle Reunion in Tampa. And he was like, it's okay to use racism to get heel heat. And he was with like 4 other legendary bookers. And like all 3 of them were like, no, it's not. And then the fans cheered. And Jim Cornette's like, well, it's a different opinion. And I'm like, there has to be a point where you're just like, now, like, Jim Cornette reminds me of the Simpsons meme. Maybe the kids are wrong. I'm not wrong. But he just does that with everybody. Everybody's wrong. Like, it was 4 legendary bookers. He's like, it's okay to use racism sometimes. The other bookers are like, no, it's not. The fans are like, no, it's not. And Jim Cornette's, well, we have different opinions. And I'm just like, Jim? So, I don't know. Because like the thing is, I'm always against the attacking people. I'm always against, but at the same time, he shouldn't fucking have this job. You know, it's not like it's a slip up. It's not like he said sorry, and there's a part of me. I know this sounds fucked up. I kind of wish he didn't apologize, because this is the most unsincere apology ever, and it's just like.
Well, I wish he would have apologized to begin. And you know what? If he would have said, okay, you know what? That was out of line. I apologize. I won't do that again. I think everything would have been fine. I think everything absolutely would have been fine.
Well, the thing is, I think you have to, like, apologize right away or say fuck it. But this whole fuck the system, fuck everything. No, guys, seriously, I realized how much money I'm losing. Now I'm sorry. It's just like... the fuck is the point of you?
At what point did he become the boy who cried wolf?
Yeah, I think he's been that way forever. Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Because like we also joke about him all the time. We talked about this on the hockey streams because we talk about wrestling a lot on our hockey streams. Did I mention I stream hockey now? Hockey AM? But no, you can fill this sentence in. Any pro wrestling name or topic. Jim Cornette's opinion. Ready? Blank fucking sucks now. Back in my day, it didn't suck. You could fill in any name, anything in the fucking world. Dude, throw a random movie. Frozen 2. It comes out this weekend in Japan. Here's Jim Cornette's fucking opinion on it. It fucking sucks. It's nowhere near as good as Cinderella. It's nowhere near as good. Dude, it doesn't matter. Go ahead, throw out a random word. Your keys that you're rattling. Fucking keys suck nowadays. It was way better in my day. That's it. I have no idea why anyone watches this podcast besides name recognition.
I was just going to say, I don't understand how he stays relevant.
I think he stays relevant by just hating shit. Because, like, we've always said this.
Yeah, it's become his shtick. You know, it's because you get these people who get on his podcast or they get on Twitter or they send him emails, basically teeing up stuff for him to hate. You know, hey, I just saw this Joey Ryan match. Well, it's already established that Cornette hates Joey Ryan. And it's like, well, what'd you think about this match he had in Pikeville, Kentucky the other weekend? And they'll show some kind of clip or something that they recorded, knowing that he's going to go off on it. And I feel like Cornette feels like he has to do this now because this is what he's known for now. It's, you know, everything that's popular is horrible. And that's just his shtick now.
I just don't understand how it's entertaining because, like, you know he hates it. You know he's going to go on a rant about it. Like, how is that entertaining?
Well,
It's just like...
Go ahead.
It's just pulling the cord. It's pulling the cord on the Chatty Cathy doll. It's just, you know what's going to happen, but you want to be the one who pulls the cord.
Right.
And I've been in a situation like that because, guys, I don't know if you know this, but sometimes I'm a passionate idiot, and it's like I had this problem with Jay White. I did like 2 videos. It had some traction. You know, people were like, come back, give your opinion. I gave my opinion on Jay White, and then it was, I hate your fucking opinion on Jay White. Can you give it again? And then there was like a time where I was like, dude, I made a fucking video. Go watch that video. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I think where he needs that spotlight. So like, let's say he was in the situation where he was talking shit about Jay White in a video. He would just fucking run that down into the ground. Where me, I'm just like, bro, there's a fucking video on it. Go check it out. You know what I mean?
If you think about it, though, he's been doing this forever. Because do you remember when he used to do, like, those little rants on Monday Night Raw?
Oh, yeah. You know, this is my opinion. And then
yeah, he would just basically shit on things on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And they were actually shot and filmed for Monday Night Raw.
So, I don't know, man. I just feel bad. And there's a part of me because, you know, I'm a passionate idiot. He's a passionate idiot. And there's a part of me that's like, man, I just don't want to fucking be that. You know what I mean?
He gives passionate idiots a bad name.
Exactly. But yeah.
I mean, he went he's getting extra volatile. I don't know if you know, one of YouTube channels that I also follow was Wrestling with Regret. You know, he blocked Brian Zane. I don't know if you know who that is, but on
Yeah, we do.
Twitter, you know, he originally they had a friendship because Zane did an impression of Cornette called, you know, Jim Cornette Gets It Wrong. It's just like a parody video. Cornette liked it. He even did some videos with him, did some guest spots, you know, here and there. And then, Zane made the comment to Cornette's crew, you know, his followers, that, you know, look, there's a place for everything in wrestling. You know, just because it's a comedy doesn't mean it's bad. It's not exposing the business. It's not ruining the business. And then he basically made an argument, you know, defending that. Now, the only thing that he put at the end of that tweet that may have sent it over the edge was "old man." Like, he wasn't directing that at Cornette, but he was directing it at his fans, who were, in his opinion, sounded like a bunch of old men. So he added old men, and then after that, he got blocked.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Cornette, a lot of them, a lot of pro wrestlers, I've said this a million times, they are by far the most mentally weak fucking people in entertainment and sports. Like, if you go to Hollywood, no one's as mentally weak as pro wrestlers. You go to athletes, no one's as mentally weak. Look at Seth Rollins. He is on top of the world. And is there anyone that you see on television more mentally weak than him right now?
You know, it's funny you should mention that, you know, and this is a good transition over to our next topic here. You know, he's already challenging CM Punk to a fight.
Of course. Why wouldn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I would love to be popular enough to fucking just hang out with my friends and play video games and talk shit all day. And maybe one day it will happen. But even though I'd love that to be a reality, I wouldn't do that. You know, it's like a Meatloaf song. I'd do anything to stream all day, but I wouldn't be Seth Rollins. I wouldn't be Jim Cornette. You know, it's just, it sucks because you're like, when you go to work at your everyday job and you see someone give a LeBron James, aka suck the boss's dick. When you see someone give another person a LeBron James, you're just like, what a fucking sad, pathetic human being you are. Now, but they're like, hey man, maybe they need that extra $20-$40 to pay rent. So maybe that's why they're getting on their knees. But then you see millionaires and they're like, dude, look at Seth Rollins. Just look at him. Literally, I saw him for fucking 6 minutes this month. 6 random minutes on YouTube. And I was just like, there's no one more fucking pathetically weak. They just have to be so mentally drained and so in a bubble. Because at first I thought it was because John Cena, Batista, and Orton sucked. But here's the good news. Anyone on top sucks. I don't know if it's the pressure. I don't know if Vince McMahon just picks mentally weak fucks to lead his company. It's just a weird situation.
I think he's burned out. I just think he's been in it too long. I mean, the more he talks, the more stupid he looks.
Yeah. And CM Punk gave him the best advice ever.
Yeah, he comes off as a guy who's trying to be cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It's got to the point where when you see these legendary guys and people on top of the game, like a Seth Rollins on top of the game, or a legendary guy like Jim Cornette, as a fan, your reaction shouldn't be, I feel bad for that guy. You know what I mean? Like, when I see Seth Rollins, my legit human reaction is like, oh, shit's not going well. I feel bad for that guy. When I see Jim Cornette, who's a fucking legendary Hall of Famer, I'm like, oh, shit's not going good. I feel bad for that guy. I think that has to, in some way, be destroying the sport and / entertainment that we love. It's just gotta be, man. So, yeah, Jim Cornette's always sucked. I don't know. I feel bad for him.
You got to think, too, of the pressure that they're under now that there's competition again.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right. DJ Villain in the chat says you guys get ads on Twitch. I got to move over. Dude, I cannot put over Twitch enough and throw YouTube under the bus enough. I'm the Jim Cornette of YouTube. I mean, we still archive our shit there, and we still keep it alive. But if you guys could all jump over to Twitch, we'd appreciate it. DJ Villain, Wrestling Rantin', by the way. Wrestling Rantin', much love, man. And Fatal Charade says, hey, how's it going? Not bad. Got a little cold. It's 1:30 in the morning.
Where are you seeing a chat?
There's a chat on Twitch.
I'm on Twitch. I don't see it. Whatever.
Well, there's not many people. We're caught up.
I give up.
So we're working this out. We're getting some technical difficulties. Okada head bobbing for the last 70 hours.
I was gonna say I see that. I see that.
That was us not knowing how shit works. But we're gonna make a graphic. I think we should just make one random graphic of us as cartoon characters, or just get 2 and 3 Muppets of the old men yelling. That's it. By the way, Wrestling Ranted's video was pretty awesome. Rant, you've been hitting home runs, brother. All right. I have mixed feelings about CM Punk. I'm a huge CM Punk guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you guys know that I'm wishy-washy and emotional. This is how the week went. All right? Step 1. First off, why was everyone surprised? I barely pay attention to pro wrestling, and I knew he was going to Fox. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, I shit my pants. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even paying attention to this shit, and I know he was going to be here. Maybe I'm just an asshole that knows too much. Second, he gets there, and this is my first reaction. Well, it was nice knowing you, CM Punk. Loved you from fucking day one. You broke my fucking heart. You're a sellout bitch. Step 2 is like, I'll never watch CM Punk. He broke my fucking heart. Step 3, I'll check it out a little bit. I'll just take a little peek. Step 4, I'm like, my boy's back. CM Punk. Like, it was an emotional ride, boys. I don't know if you guys were all over the place on this, but I was. Oh, there's an echo? Sorry about that.
I mean, it's the ultimate FU. I mean, he's getting paid to criticize his old employer.
Yeah. So, to me, I was all over the place, and I don't know. I guess it is the ultimate. So, I've enjoyed it so far. And not only that, but, like, they have a segment called Raw. Yeah, we fucked up. That's why we're seeing Okada for 12 hours. Sorry, chat. Raw in 3 minutes. I was like, holy shit, this could get me back into the WWE product. There has to be something interesting. I don't care what wrestling program you have. If you cut a show down to 3 minutes, that has to be impressive. It just has to. If you can't get 3 minutes of content that grabs a pro wrestling fan's old man wrestling fan his whole life that likes all different styles of tension in 3 minutes, you got a problem. I watched Raw in 3 minutes, and I wish I could fast forward it. Like, I started daydreaming by the second fucking cut. I was like, what's going on? Someone's asking for a divorce? Yeah. So, let's see. DJ Villain says, yeah, the Punk news was out months ago. Also, hello, Okada. Yeah. Raw in 3 minutes. It sucks. The writing sucks. The booking sucks. The favoritism and politics are ruining the shows. I just can't see myself. I can't see myself ever enjoying a WWE product again. I just can't. It's up there with Michael Bay movies. Like, Michael Bay movies, maybe at one time I could enjoy them. At the point now, like, Michael Bay could be like, I'm going to make all Dave Koco's fantasies come to life. And I'm like, fuck you, Michael Bay. Like, I don't even give him a chance. And that's where it is with WWE. So yeah. Oh, man. But CM Punk is back. I was all over the place. James, you're more level-headed than me. James, what's your thoughts?
I just don't care. I'm like slowly fading as a WWE guy.
Booms.
I have a hard time watching it.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it at all. Booms, hot tag to you. Say something nice about Vince.
He plays the long game really well.
Got it.
Yeah, no, as far as Punk goes, I mean, look, it's his life. He can do whatever he wants with it. I personally, would have loved to seen him in AEW, and I kind of hate that I don't want to go as far as to say that he straight up lied, but I don't think he was completely truthful because he was saying, "Oh well, AEW only tried to contact me, via text messaging, unprofessional," and and then Tony Khan and the Bucks and people were like, "No, we actually called him. We tried to have face-to-face meetings," and I just think Punk is just not interested in returning to wrestling, and it's like I think maybe he took either the same or maybe even a little less money. I don't know. I don't know how much money he's making, but either he took the same amount or maybe a little bit less, just so he could just basically just sit down and criticize. Okay, well this sucks, that sucks. You need to get off Twitter. They need to change this. So.
Well, I have a conspiracy theory. Can I step in on this conspiracy theory? I'm going to throw in sports too, because I think there's a common. The wide receiver, AB, and CM Punk. AB and CM, I think, have one thing in common. I think they can't go anymore. Like, I honestly think they're just like, I think maybe it's concussions, it might be injuries. They can't go anymore, and this is the perfect spot for them. Like AB, I think he's just doing crazy things because he can't go anymore and he has to keep the spotlight for money. You know what I mean? And then you have CM Punk. I don't think
there's nothing wrong with not being able to go anymore, but it happens. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think at that point you just have to say, I can't go anymore. This is what I do now.
Yeah, and
I just think he doesn't. I don't think he wants to go anymore. I think he might do like the other WWE legends, come in for WrestleMania, take his payday, and check out.
Yeah, I got to step out for a minute. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to live comments real quick. DJ Villain, aka Wrestling Rantin. Yeah, I got an hour into Raw. Unfortunately, caught Owens versus McIntyre, which was good. Yes, finally someone.
By the way, let me say something about Wrestling and Rantin. Wrestling and Rantin had a great video on the Cornette thing. He's been, Rantin's been knocking the stuff out of the park lately. So yeah, if you see Wrestling and Rantin, it's wrestling with 3 S's, and Rantin, look him up on YouTube. Super good guy, makes some great videos. Check him out.
Yeah, and I want to apologize for the echo and technical problems. We're learning this, and I'm an idiot, and plus I got a cold, so I apologize. Yes, finally someone else made the comparison with WWE and Michael Bay movies. And maybe other people like it, but, to me, with Michael Bay and WWE, I don't have the attention span or the patience to give them a chance anymore. I'll see a movie, I'm like, man, that's a lot of explosions. Michael Bay's name comes across, I'm out. And I'll be like, oh man, this looks like it's going to be a great match. Roderick Strong, AJ Styles, Nakamura. That looks like it's a great match. See the WWE logo, I'm out.
By the way, I got a weird question here. Is the whole Survivor Series thing involving NXT kind of weird to you? Is it just?
I don't really watch. I just feel like they put all their storylines on hold, and then they make the Survivor Series, but it doesn't matter. So it's like, all right. So yeah.
I mean, it's just it doesn't matter. It's like they ignore their own continuity. I mean, they've got people who were feuding against each other stop, they're feuding with each other on Monday. They'll stop feuding with each other just to go over to NXT and go, disrupt that show on Wednesday, and then on Friday, guys that are feuding on NXT will put everything aside just for Friday so they can go over and disrupt the status quo over on SmackDown. I mean, it would make more sense. Say for example, it was Undisputed Era just completely crashing a show. That would make sense. But when you have Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler, stop in the middle of their feud just to go over to up to the quote unquote main rosters and go disrupt them, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. None of it makes sense, and I don't even watch it. I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't even want to answer it. It's just, I don't want to be the Jim Cornette of WWE. I just don't enjoy it. I'm going to go to some live comments, and then we'll hit up New Japan and AEW news. Okay, Booms? I'm with Brawl USA. I didn't care about it either. I hear the rumors and wasn't surprised at all. Fatal Trade. I find it that it's best to take breaks from WWE every now and then. I just grew up an NWA, WCW, ECW, and I've always loved the alternatives. And I always said when John Cena leaves and his three-headed monster leaves, I was like, it's going to be good. I'm at the point now, it will never be good in my lifetime. So I'm done. I'll just watch the alternatives, and there's so many great alternatives. Booms, do you want to throw in your 2 cents on that?
No. I mean, I think it's absolutely fair.
All right, and Booms, cut me off because I'm just gonna go straight. So if you have something to point out, cut me off. All right, brother.
Okay, no problem.
Wrestle Rant, it says true. There's nothing for Punk to do in AEW if he isn't gonna wrestle. So the Fox thing is probably the best way for him to get back into wrestling. Yeah, and I'm been pretty happy with what I saw so far of him. I caught Boom's video too.
I mean, why do that? I mean, I agree. I mean, just think about it. I mean, imagine, think about what we all do. Imagine if we could get paid to do this, to sit down on our butts in front of our computers and criticize people and get the same amount of money, like that we make now to our current jobs. Hell yeah, we take that job. So that's what punks do.
Yeah. I caught Boom's video too. That was pretty damn good. The last 3 you've done. So, man, Wrestle Ranted, giving you some props. Booms, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Golden Star says double R equals genius. Yeah, I really fucking, yeah, I'm so happy for your success. Because, like, the thing is, like, there's people that, like, when you're at a spot, like, when we first met Wrestling Ranted, I don't know how many subscribers he had, but we had a hell of a lot more subscribers. And I just remember always saying, you can go back, we archive everything. I just remember saying, dude, he deserves way more subscribers than us. And now that he does, it's like everything's bright in the universe. You know, he said he had 50. But yeah, I feel like that way with Golden Star streaming. I really think you're like the Wrestling Ranting of streaming video games. But Dave, everyone was a WWE fan. Everyone was a Hulkamaniac. Vincey McMahon gave us your childhood. That right there is the fucking #1 comment that grinds my gear from WWE / WWE. Yeah, just WWE. They don't even know it was WWF. But WWE, people that rewrite history and really defend it, I don't know why. Like, if you like WWE, cool. But if you're like, everyone was a WWF fan growing up, everyone was a Hulkamaniac, I'm like, all right, that's cool. Well, we can rewrite history. One good thing about the NXT Survivor Series thing is that NXT ratings went back up. Well, that's good news. Alright, cool deal. Alright, Booms, we're caught up on live comments. Hit some AEW, hit some New Japan, and I don't know what happened to Brawl USA, but guys, check out, I'm going to give a shout out, tpublic.com. He has a Brawl USA shirt up, and it's pretty cool. So, and Brawl USA has helped us out a lot. So please check that out. And plus, I love his merch. I might actually buy some merch. So
I just came back and heard you're gonna buy merch, and I like it.
Yes, welcome back. Yeah, we just catching up on live comments, brother.
So good.
All right,
We're caught up now. Real quick question, and this is not just a question about like this last night's All Elite Wrestling AEW Dynamite. Just we're about roughly 7 weeks in with this promotion. And I actually kind of want to get both of your impressions of it. What are your impressions of AEW right now? Because I think we've got a pretty established baseline.
I'll let James go first. James, go ahead.
I think to me right now, it feels like an independent version of WCW. The way it's shot, the way it's presented, it feels like a very like WCW kind of program. And that's not like in a bad sense. I'm enjoying it. I just don't know what they could do to like break out of that mold.
I'm just gonna add, I don't think they should. They've made a couple small steps, but they've teased, backwards. They've made a couple mistakes, but they tease a lot of mistakes and deliver. And I enjoy it. It's my favorite American product by far. And I love New Japan, even though I'm going to World Tag League tomorrow. I'm not excited about that. Like, I'm excited because I get to see live pro wrestling. I'm not excited that it's the World Tag League. I don't know if that makes me an asshole. And plus, I don't think Okada's booked tomorrow, so Yay! who will I cheer for? Like, you know what I mean? Like a complete fangirl. It's hard times, boys. Kenta. Someone said Kenta. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But I think to me it's almost near perfect. I mean, the story that Cody Rhodes tells is amazing. Like, just I enjoy this product a lot, and I want it to win, and I want it to do well, just because. And I'm gonna take something from Bear Friend. Like we were watching. Sometimes Bear Friend walks by and it's like, oh, he's watching wrestling again. At least he's not streaming hockey. But but like I remember her walking by and like she was just like, they're trying. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, for Americans, they're trying. And I think that's why I love AEW. When you watch the fucking product, it looks like they're trying. I know it's a weird small thing. When's the last time you watched WWE and you legit just look back and like, they're trying? They've been playing it safe for so long, it's ridiculous. I like it a lot. I mean, I do wish they didn't push the WWE guys more, and I don't like the booking of Kenny Omega. But considering these are the things I'm nitpicking, you know, it's like,
Yeah, I think when it comes to Omega, I think they're teasing that he's going to like snap and he's going to become the cleaner again, and then he's going to turn into the best bout machine like we saw in New Japan.
I think it's the biggest mistake they've ever made next to hiring JR. Can I just tell you why I think it's the biggest mistake? They're telling a great story, but the majority of American fans, even though we might not like it, are WWE fans. WWE fans are hearing how great this guy is. They turn it on and they hear JR say he left his heart. He left his heart in Japan. They come on and like, wow, records count, and the greatest fucking wrestler going right now, not in the WWE, is, I'm just making this stat up, 0-12. It's a bad idea. Because you gotta think about it from being a WWE fan point of view. You're like, WWE's the fucking best. Fuck Kenny Omega. Did you ever see Kenny Omega? Of course not, but fuck him. Oh, I'm gonna watch him now. Oh, he's 0-12 and Jim Ross, the guy we trust, says he doesn't fucking try? Well, back to WWE we go. I think it's a horrible booking decision. It's a good story, but horrible booking decision. So, there we go. Go ahead, Booms.
One of the things that I actually worried about when they created the promotion was nepotism. I was worried because Vern Gagne seized a lot of power when he ran the AWA. Fritz Von Erich seized a lot of power, and he gave a lot of power to his sons. Back with World Class. Hell, even Vince McMahon himself put the championship on himself after. And I was really worried about that. But when you really break it down and look at it, I mean, the Elite have dedicated this entire time to just putting other people over. I mean, they've put over Private Party, they've put over Proud and Powerful, they've put over Pac, they've put over MJF. They've put over Darby Allin, they've put over the Lucha Express. I mean, these guys are just, it's like they're looking like schmucks on air, but they're really building up their roster, which I think is a very, very smart move.
And guys like Jericho are taking losses too. He just lost to Scorpio Sky. So
I agree with everything you say, and maybe I'm too much of a Kenny fanboy. I think it's I agree with everything Cody does. I agree with everything the Young Bucks do. I don't agree with Kenny, and maybe I'm wrong. That's where I stand on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, but besides, like, and here's the thing. Let's look how we talk about WWE. There's 3 wrestling fans. 2 of us have been wrestling promoters. We've been wrestling fans for a long time because we're older fans. And we can't even watch one product, and we have like 1 or 2 complaints about the other. So obviously, I think AEW is in a good spot as far as the show goes, and as far as, I guess, older fans go.
Yeah, and I think one big challenge that AEW is going to face, and they're not facing it right now, but it's going to happen, and I can tell you right now it's going to happen, is they're going to do something dumb. They're going to book somebody the wrong way. They're going to put somebody over the wrong way. They're going to have a bad pay-per-view. they're going to lose some people. Like some people are going to sign with WWE. Maybe they're going to sign some new people that aren't going to be over. It's going to happen, but it's going to be how they react to it. It's going to be what really defines them because we've seen this before. We've seen ECW, came from the ashes of, right around 1995 when the whole wrestling industry had gone to shit. They built up and then just boom, they got smacked. They got hit. They got their talent got raided. They had a harder time creating stars. It happened with WCW. The company. You had too many. Cooks in the kitchen, and they were hemorrhaging money. We're seeing it right now with the Ring of Honor, where people are really questioning booking decisions. It's going to be, can they weather that storm, or can they avoid that storm altogether? If the answer is yes, then I think they're going to have a very bright future, and WWE is going to have to seriously look out. Because if not, I promise you, WWE, if there's one thing they know how to do, it's play the long game. They are the McDonald's of pro wrestling. They've got their whole structure, their whole system built up where they can take these hits. Even if they busted one of the McMahons like a sex scandal or something, they're a publicly traded company. They can just fire people, shift stuff around, put out the PR spin, and weather the storm. And they can do it by still keeping a mediocre, bland, and generic product. They can play the long game. That's why they've been there as long as they have. So the real trial is going to be, can AEW, avoid some of these pitfalls, and if they happen to fall into it, how do they react to it? How do they get out?
I'm gonna give the first. Go ahead, James.
I think he's 100% right though, because it's about how you react to things.
All right.
It's easy to ride the wave when it's everything's good. When something goes wrong, it's how you respond to it that shows if you're going to make it or not.
All right, you two guys are too negative. I have to be the positive one here. I'm going to give the first lead course. So not so fast, my fellow friend. I'm known for my positivity. I think I think they're in a lot better spot than a lot of the companies you're listing. And there will be there'll be mistakes, but I think and I've said this before, but I maybe it's cuz I'm getting old. This is really our last chance to have a decent fucking American product. And I think they're in the best position. And I know this sounds crazy because I'm getting older. I'm putting all my eggs in AEW basket. And if they fail, let's just close America down. Let's just shut it down. We're done.
I don't think anybody's saying that they're not going to succeed or they're going to fail. I'm just saying, like Boom said, it's about how they react when something's not perfect.
Yeah. So,
one example of them reacting to something this is something that I've seen was actually last night. Criticism was over the Dark Order. Who are the Dark Order? Why are they there? Why are they doing this? Who are the creepers? Why, it's like people just didn't get it. Well, it seems like they're listening to people because last night they played a vignette explaining, it looks like the Dark Order is people trying to recruit, people who are down and out. That's who becomes the creepers. It's more of like a cult. Okay, maybe we're going to find out something else next week and we'll get a better next explanation.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that a lot. I thought it was really amazing. All right, I'm gonna go to some live comments, and then we'll talk whatever you guys want to talk. We can talk New Japan, but it's the World Tag League, and Wrestle Kingdom's coming. I don't know. Am I an asshole? I mean, I'm going to World Tag League, but it's like my least
you're
favorite
an asshole,
tournament.
but that has nothing to do with the comments, with the show, with anything like that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
AEW for the most part is really fun shows, but the weakest part is their time management. Sometimes it's off. I agree. It feels like WCW would be if today it would never close.
He's talking about main events because you had Pac and Moxley go all the way to a time limit draw on the show. You've had you haven't had a lot of fuck finishes. I don't think you've had any, at least not in the main events.
I think the time limit draw was one of the best things they did because it proved that time counts, wins count. I don't understand that as a negative.
I'm okay with that. Wrestle Ranted says I could still fanboy over Kenta. Good point. What would you do to improve the Tag League tournament, Dave? They just fuck it up all the time. They have to like make a legit
Get actual goddamn tag teams.
get actual tag teams. And the second thing is just make your tag team titles mean something. Make the tag team division mean something. They always got like 2 or 3, but they can fucking build everything. And I'm extra bitter, and you know how I let go of stuff. I'm so inner peace.
Yes.
I still can't believe they teased Tanahashi and Okada tagging and then didn't go with it. That was the biggest fuck you to the live audience. Like, you want to see Tanahashi and Okada tag? We're like, fuck yeah! Like, just kidding. Fucking, here's fucking Colt Cabana. I don't mean to insult Colt Cabana, but, oh god, it hurts so bad. I just think they have to make real tag teams. They have to make the tag team titles mean something. They have to combine the tag team titles. And, yeah, and also, when you win the tournament, don't do that 3-way, 4-way bullshit. Because as soon as you're like, you won the tournament, you get to do the champs. And then like, but so there's 6 other fucking teams. And half of them weren't in the tournament. That's bullshit. And then another fucking thing is, me and James are talking about this off air. Do not put the goddamn champions in the tournament. I know the pros of it is, if you beat the champ, there's rematches later. But your fucking champ looks fucking ridiculous for not winning the tournament. That's, and I know like there's mixed feelings, but yeah.
Yeah, in this case, it would have made sense because the Gorillas of Destiny are bad guys. So it's like, no. We want everybody to participate in the tournament and beat the crap out of each other, and we'll pick up the scraps at the end at Wrestle Kingdom, get our payday. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. Wrestle Red says, hold on, sorry. I'm not wearing my glasses. I will say being live at Full Gear, it's crazy good live. One of the best shows I've been to live at the Baltimore Arena since the old Great American Bash shows. AEW's gone way out of the way to not have nepotism. I agree to an extent with the Omega thing, but on the coverage, if he's at the top from the jump, where could you go with him but down? Interesting what Dave's booking of Omega would be, because I honestly can't think of one. I would have definitely made Chris Jericho win the title. I think that was still the right thing to do. I wouldn't have, and I know this is fucking gets me fucking heel heat on the internets. I wouldn't have went with Cowboy Bob Orton or whatever the fuck his name is. I would have went with someone else.
No, it's definitely Cowboy Bob Orton.
Okay, good. I thought I was fucking confusing him. But anyway, I wouldn't have gone with Cowboy Bob Orton. I would have had him go against someone else. And I would have Jericho win the title. I think the Cody Rhodes thing, I wouldn't have booked it that way, but I was super impressed. But we have to build. I'm always a big fan of this, and James could tell you because when I was booking wrestling, he knows like how I fucking think of booking wrestling. I would always have 2 or 4 superstars that were fucking untouchable, that only wrestled each other in huge events or when attendance was down. We had, let's see, back when we ran weekly shows and we were drawing a lot of fucking people. We had Ralph Mosca, Eddie Torres, Bruce Santee, Sideshow. We had 4 fucking guys and we built them the fuck up. And they never touched each other until it was a huge pay-per-view or until fucking attendance dropped. I think you could build 4 guys. Like Kenny Omega would be undefeated, but not touch Jericho until it was time.
Ralph touched himself a lot.
Yeah, Ralph did touch himself a lot. That is very true. I hope he's doing okay. I worry about that guy. But, yeah, I always believe that. Like, remember when Samoa Joe was booked correctly and was undefeated, but wasn't the champ? That, and, everyone loves different styles of pro wrestling and storytelling. That makes me fucking so happy and goosebumps, because then you have the fucking champ and then you're like, what the fuck, they're never gonna fucking touch each other, and then you hear Samoa Joe's music or a Samoa Joe type character. That I love that. I love it a lot. You know what I mean? So I would just book Kenny Omega to be a fucking star but not have a title. And then when Jericho was run out, I'd have Jericho have, because James can vouch because he was my right hand man when I was booked. Wrestling is a very petty business, and champions were begging me to take the title off. That's how much I love long title runs. Like, James would be like, wrestlers come up to me like, who's the next champ? Like, what are you talking about? He's got 7 years with that fucking title. You know what I mean? So I would have Jericho in a long title run with 3 or 4 guys going undefeated, and then it go at it. But that's just me. Well, the Liberian flopped, and they just turned it to be an elite joke. And I think that's a huge advantage that they have. If something flops, they can make fun of it. Dave, you should book Kane more. James, would you like to explain the story about me waking up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat saying we should book Kane more?
So Dave was sleeping on my couch with probably over $1,000 in his wallet, but his wallet was just laying on the floor while he was gripping his car keys like somebody was going to steal his key. The car key was actually indented in his hand. He woke up out of nowhere, looked at the TV, and just said, "We don't book Kane enough," and then went back to sleep.
Because my theory was you could take the $1,000, but because we were doing 3 shows a week at that time, and we were staying at James' house, and my theory was like, if they steal the money, they can't get far. I don't know why that was the theory, but it's like if they steal the keys, they can go to the show without me. That's like I don't know why that was what I was thinking. And then
I don't.
Yeah, and I was like, I hate Kane, but these fans seem to love him. Like, trust me.
It was like Monday.
Yeah,
there was like a replay of Monday Night Raw, and it was just like, we don't book Kane enough.
The thing is, I actually fucking hate Kane. As long as Dave, you should book Kane. As long as I'm the ref, Herb Dean, baby. I know. I don't know if Wrestling Ranton is sexy Herb Dean. Oh God, please watch more Fire Pro. By the way, David just hit me. Aside from the echo, no audio problems. Woohoo! All right, well that's good news. We just got to figure out how to fix the echo. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, I don't know why there's an echo.
I don't know. I imagine it's something on my end. The Dark Order promo is actually good. Oh, I haven't heard Dave's thoughts on the Will Ospreay Jay White shoots from the press conference weeks ago. Grabs popcorn. This might come as a shock. I'm on Will Ospreay's side. I know that might come as a shock. I enjoyed it, and I did like the one Jay White line. Like, well, you had opportunities. You could have said no. I'm paraphrasing weeks ago as punch drunk. But I think Will Ospreay is right. And as a guy that, knows a little bit about how New Japan works on the inside, they're very insecure. And, like, a lot of New Japan problems are caused by New Japan. So it's hard for me. Like, I know a lot of Western fans, and I know fucking Wrestling Rented fans hate that I call Western fans. All right, non-wrestling fans, wrestling fans outside of the island of Japan, I know they really take New Japan's side a lot. But working for Japanese companies, working with New Japan before, not obviously as a wrestler, they are very fucking petty, and they make a lot of their own problems. And I can tell you this, I know Booms might not like this because this wrestler is close to his heart, but a lot of this is Brock Lesnar's fault. It's just like, we trusted one guy, and look what happened. Booms, I know that hurt you because I know you're a Brock Lesnar guy. Oh God!
What are some of the problems? What do you think? Some of the problems that basically they're shooting themselves in the foot with.
Through my experience, I don't want to stereotype everyone. Through my experience, Japan sees the company bigger than the family, and if you leave the company, you betrayed your family. And they overreact. You know what I mean? They're just like, like, here's an example. Right now, I'm thinking about not re-signing with my company. I was like, man, me and Bear Friend, we can make content and stay at home and love each other and just be nerds. So that might really be an option on the table, which would be great for our channel and rebuilding stuff. But right now, they want me and they're part of the family, and they're like, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything? But the second that I'm going to be like, yeah, no, I'm out, they're going to fucking turn on me. They're just like, I fucking hate you. You're the fucking worst person. Blah, blah, blah. And like, it's just part of working in Japan. And yeah, it's
That explains
company
the with AEW.
companies are very bitter. And yeah, it's just, and none of that, but like, if right now all of us, talked about our careers, like especially me and Booms, we worked in media. James worked in pro wrestling. If you talked about your career, you would be like, oh man, I worked at Channel 6, I worked at Channel 10, I worked at ACW, I worked at Brawl USA, I worked, you know what I mean? If you go to your average Japanese person, be like, where did you work? Sony. Well, where did you work before that? Sony. Where's your next job? What do you mean? It's just that type of loyalty,
I like that you think I've only worked in pro wrestling. Like I've never had a real job a day in my life.
I meant it as a compliment, but I guess it backfired. Oh man. So, back to Wrestling Ranted here. Oh god! And at the same time, they had the Golden Lovers tag league with Golden Lovers versus Tanahashi and Okada. Yes, exactly. That would have been tears in my eyes. Know what my biggest regret in the world is? Okay, there's a lot. I might have over exaggerated this statement, but one of my regrets is me and Bearfriend not getting Golden Lover T-shirts together. I feel like there's a missed opportunity there.
I mean, can that not happen? Can't
I have to go on eBay.
An older shirt. I mean, yeah.
I have to go on eBay. Come on,
Like,
man. Yeah, Seabiscuit. Hunter Horse Helmsley. Rest in peace, Hunter Horse Helmsley. Was that a joke, or is like the horse legit died? Because
Yeah,
like
the horse died. The horse
Really?
died.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
joke, and I was laughing, and then I was like, wait, did this motherfucking horse really die?
Oh,
Like,
you do hate horses.
I don't know. I like BoJack Horseman. Even though, is that really the season finale? They left you on like the biggest cliffhanger, and I was like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to let go.
How would I know? I've only worked in pro wrestling. I'm just some dumb idiot.
Golden Star Alex says, but why do you hate Jay White? You never explained it. 55-minute video. See, if I was Cornette, I would just fucking do my little skit. But I'm like, nah, you got it. Yeah, I'd agree with all about New Japan being insecure about Brock stuff and making them gun shy. And yeah, so there you go. All right. Boys, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Booms, what do you want to hit up before we head out?
I hate when Dave lies. It's not 2 a.m. It's 12 in the afternoon where I live.
It's true. Wrestle AM
You know what?
International.
I think we've hit up everything that we need to hit up. So if anybody's got any parting words or any kind of thoughts, go and share them now.
All right. Yeah, and Golden Star said it's only 12. Listen, we're having a lot of technical difficulties, but we're going to work them out, and I'm really enjoying this. And if my company hates me because I'm leaving, which, it's not official yet, but I want to get back into this. I think I'm going to become a pro wrestling guy, hockey guy, writer guy. I'm just not going to be a WWE guy. So I hope that's good enough to rebuild what we once had. So, but thank you guys for always being there. Booms, thank you for carrying the show when, like, here's the thing, and I'm going to really thank fucking you guys because, like, and this is going to sound kind of douchey, but it's true. I used to be really popular, and, like, a lot of people fucking liked me, and then when I got divorced, I got really depressed, became a minimalist, and all that, and tried to find inner peace. Like, I was really depressed, and a lot of people didn't reach out. These two guys did, so it really did mean a lot to me. So hopefully we can rebuild it and have fun again. But either way, it's just fucking friends talking pro wrestling, and we love it. James, plug your shit, brother.
That got real.
They
way
did get
quick.
fucking real. But James is there. James is like, what did you do? I'm like, I just got rid of everything. And he's like, that's an approach?
I mean, you could do it that way if you really want to.
He's like, how are you taking a divorce? I'm like, I just got rid of everything. And they're like, okay. You want to talk about it, buddy?
Cool.
All right.
What am I plugging? Right now, Brawl USA merch on TeePublic. We have 2 T-shirt designs up now. There will be more to come, I guess. We don't have any shows coming up until January, so not really much to talk about yet, but we're working on some stuff. So go buy my Ninja Turtle Brawl USA logo T-shirt. It's pretty awesome.
Go now. Yeah, I'm gonna be going to New Japan. Boom Boom is gonna do reviews when he has free time, and I'm gonna try to record a bunch of Stump the Idiots. And slowly but surely, we're gonna get back into this, boys. So, Boom Boom, you got the final word, and make sure to plug that we also stream hockey on this channel. That'd be really cool if you did that, Booms.
You stream hockey on this channel. You pick the world's most god awful boring sport and decide to broadcast that one nonstop every day.
All right, Boom Boom. Why do you hurt
I don't
me?
like this. I don't like this negativity.
Yeah, Booms. You gotta be more positive, like me. Level-headed and positivity.
Think like what would Diamond Dallas Page do?
Exactly, Booms. You're embarrassing yourself in front of Wrestling
I'd
Ranting.
make Dave's fat ass do some yoga.
I'm actually thinking. I'm
That's
actually
true,
thinking about
actually.
doing it. Oh my god! First off, Boom's got to bring down Coco's dream. LOL. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Booms, have you? John Cena fucking hates you. Did you see the John Cena fucking preview to his movie? I didn't see it until someone pointed it out. Booms, you please go watch it. He like literally fucking calls you out by name. Calls you out by name on the new John Cena fucking trailer. Boom Boom. Man, I thought he hated me more than he hated you. No way. He fucking got you in a Hollywood blockbuster.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a lazy cunt. Should I stream it? Nah. You guys got to find it for yourself. You guys watch John Cena call out Boom Boom in his latest trailer. It's a true fact, Boom Boom. All right, Booms, besides you being called out by John Cena in his trailer, do you have anything else?
No, there's nothing else to report. Thanksgiving's coming up, so start thinking about what you're thankful for. I'm happy I got my grandmother's recipe for cornbread dressing, so I'm hopefully going to give that one a shot. Then, of course, she got followed up by the holidays, and I think I've been blessed enough to get all the holidays off. So, hopefully more streaming, have more fun here, and looking forward to 2020.
All right.
So, thank you, gentlemen. Wrestling Ranting, let's talk soon. Much love. Congrats on your success. We'll be back tomorrow for Hockey AM. And please follow us on YouTube while it lasts. Who knows? We'll probably get fucking thrown in prison or something. Yeah. With that, we are over. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-na-na-na.